Hey everybody, so today we're talking with Jamie Winkley of Epique Realty. Epique Realty is another cloud real estate brokerage and getting a good bit of traction here in the States. So Jamie and I are going to do a side-by-side kind of agent debate where we take turns explaining the different benefits of the two companies. And my goal with this is to provide you as accurate information as we can about the two companies, help you make the most informed decision that you can. Jamie, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me, Malcolm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming on my channel. I know it takes a lot of guts to go on, kind of another cloud brokerage's YouTube channel, but I really appreciate that. I really want to get as accurate information out there as we can. Do you mind starting off? Tell me a little bit about why did you join Epique and what kind of drew you to there, and what did that look like for you?
Yeah, so I've been an agent since 2007. Took a little hiatus and did the teacher thing for about 13 years and got back in 2019.
Cool.
When I started back, I was with a flat fee broker and, loved that model. I kept all my money, but knew that there was a lot more out there for me, right? So went to EXP in 2022 and actually at Build in 23 in the summer, a friend of mine was like, you got to see this. I've never seen anything like it. And so kind of taking everything I was learning at Build on how to grow in 2.0 my business and just, if I can apply that to this model, let's go.
Yeah, that's great. And so, okay. And what states is Epique in right now?
Yeah, we are in 23 states at this time. There's actually a really good graphic for that we are constantly maintaining of what states we're in and what MLSs we're in those states.
Okay, great. And then these are the coming soon states right there as well.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, so I can tell a little bit about my own story of how I ended up at Real Broker. So I was in the Air Force for 11 years, and I got out in 2017, became a full-time real estate agent, and went with Keller Williams. I was a big fan of Gary Keller. I read all of his books. And during that time, I really started experimenting with videos. I was doing a lot of YouTube videos. My biggest YouTube channel is about 200,000 subscribers. It's like outdoor camping channel. And that's kind of really how I learned to do video and YouTube. And I started applying that to my real estate business. Started connecting with a lot of other agents in 2017, 18, 19, 20 that were doing video and social media and really active on that. And in late 2020, a lot of my friends really into video and technology came over to Real Broker. And that's when I really started looking into it. And I found myself on a video call with Tamir, the CEO and co-founder of Real Broker. And Tamir is just an incredibly kind person and very soft-spoken. And he had a really great vision for the future of this company. And so for me, like kind of the biggest things that drew me over here was just a really strong sense of community, really focus on technology and video. And I love that, just the culture of the company as well. I love that one of our core values is literally talking about being kind. And so that's really what kind of drew me over here. And, when I joined Real, it was about 2,000 agents. We're in about 30 states. As of October of last year, Real is now in all 50 states, and we're in 5 provinces in Canada, plus Washington, D.C. So we've grown a lot, and we just passed 15,000 agents. We actually grew by 1,000 agents just last month alone. Just in January 2024, we grew by 1,000 agents. So we've just got a lot of momentum, and yeah, I'm really, really excited to kind of watch this company grow. So let's kind of dive into some of these comparisons. Let's talk about cost and fees at Epique. Do you mind just kind of running through how much it costs to be like a solo agent, how much it costs to be a team, and what those other fees may be on top of that?
Yeah, for sure. So as a solo agent coming on without a team, it's an 85-15 split with 15K cap. You are going to pay a transaction fee, right, of 0.1% for each transaction, buy or sell. And that actually caps at 500 for each transaction. And then after 10 of those transactions, it goes to 250.
Okay.
So go ahead.
And so that also has a $5,000 a year cap as well. Yeah. Question I had to have about that. So at Real, like we have transaction fees But we take 15%, and then you don't pay a transaction fee until after you cap, and you're not given the 15%. So this the 0.1% transaction fee, do you pay that at the same time that you're doing the 15%?
You do. And, the way I see it is a lot of that has to do with the listing photos that are included, the TC service that is included. So, those benefits that we have available to us aren't getting charged to the company unless there's a, closing attached.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so essentially you have like a $15,000 cap and a $5,000 cap at the same time. And then that goes away and you just have the $250 transaction fee.
Yep.
Okay. Any other fees? Any other costs?
Yes, there is a monthly cost, and that is $149 a month if you continue to pay monthly, but $99 a month if you pay for a year up front. So I did the $149 coming in, and my first closing in a couple weeks, I just paid for that, next 12 months.
So one thing we forgot to cover are the different types of teams available at Epique and what those costs are associated with that. So I have Epique's website pulled up here, joinepique.com/teams. And so they offer a domestic team for like a husband and wife. They can operate essentially as one agent. And with that, they have a shared $15,000 cap. I imagine also a shared $5,000 transaction fee cap. And the monthly fees go up from $99 a month to $199. And this is for a two-person family team. And then they also have a traditional team. And if you're a member of a traditional team, you get the $10,000 a year cap instead of the $15,000 a year cap. And my understanding is that you still have to pay that other $5,000 cap on top of that as well. So really it's about $15,000 a year if you're selling 10 homes a year as a team member at Epique. And on top of that, you also have the $99 a month fee as well. And below that, it says that a traditional team consists of a group of 5 or more agents, consisting of a team member, a team leader, and support staff. So it sounds like if you had a team of 2, 3, or 4 agents, you wouldn't be able to go this route and have a traditional team. That's my understanding, interpretation of that. If you come on down, they have an unofficial team. And so this is where you can kind of collaborate with other agents, very similar to something that EXP has and that Real Broker has. It says an unofficial team is a group of individuals of 2 or more using the same team name. There are no additional splits, discounts, fees, etc. So with this, each member would have their starting $15,000 a year cap plus the $5,000 a year transaction fee cap plus the monthly fees on top of that. And then they also have power teams. And they say here that power teams are earned designations and cannot be applied for. Traditional teams are invited to become power teams. And with this, your cap gets lowered as well from 15 down to 5,000 for team members. And then I'm assuming you still have the other $5,000 transaction fee cap on top of that. And then $99 a month as well. Then half off transaction fee cap. Okay, so maybe this one you actually, maybe your transaction fee cap is $2,500, not $5,000. This is going to be for bigger mega teams at Epique.
Cool. Okay. And so if I'm just doing some like back in the napkin math, so if you're a solo agent, you sell 10 homes a year, it'd be a $15,000 cap, and then your $5,000 transaction fee cap, so $20,000, and then $1,188 for the tech fee. So it'd be about $2,100 a year to sell 10 homes. I guess if the home is at least $500,000, so that each transaction is $500 for the transaction fee.
If it's less, your transaction fee is less.
Okay. And so something kind of unique about, Epique is that there's a lot of bonus services that are included as well. So, it sounds like the per transaction may be a little bit higher, but you get a lot of other things. Can you talk about some of these extra bonuses that are included?
Yeah, so that is definitely a huge reason as to why I also wanted to come over to Epique. When you're talking about included transaction coordinator, listing photos, and listing signs and professional installation alone, that can be upwards of $600 a listing, and it adds up very quickly. So, and they're amazing. They're professional listing photos. I've had numerous transactions and experienced all of it. And could not be happier with the services that were provided.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the free healthcare? Did you sign up for that?
Yes. So the free healthcare is a direct virtual care, right? So you're doing that telemed service. There's over 1,000 free prescriptions. So think of that as the things that you really get monthly. A lot of those come to you in the mail for free. And then a lot of your standard like antibiotics or anything that, we've come to, need throughout the years, months, days when you're getting sick. There's so many that are included. And just like it says there, the 24/7 urgent care. So it's not like standard office hours.
Mhm.
And the mental health. So that is, as an agent, we all know we have a stressful job. So having that mental health care to be able to talk to someone and, work through some of those things has been really awesome for a lot of people.
That's great. Yeah. And then I think one thing we forgot to mention is with the cap that it lowers over time, doesn't it?
It does. It actually declines. So for every year that you are with Epique, it is going down until it reaches that 10,000 mark, and then it stays at 10,000.
Okay. Very cool.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll kind of go over the costs and fees here at Real Broker. And so at Real Broker, we have an 85-15% split, and we have a $12,000 a year cap. So pretty straightforward with that. And so while you're paying that split, you don't pay any transaction fees. After you cap, then you do have a $285 transaction fee right here, but you keep 100% of your commission. Now, in addition to that, we do have an annual fee of $750 a year. That gets taken out of your first 3 transactions of the year, $250, $250, and $250. And we do have a $30 E&O insurance fee across the board on every transaction. Now, in addition to that, we do have a one-time $249 sign-up fee. So when you first sign up, you pay $249, and then you don't pay anything else until you have money coming in, which I really like. So no monthly fees, no fees like that or anything. And actually our $285 transaction fee, that actually does get decreased down to $129 after you hit Elite Agent. For most agents, it takes about 28 transactions to hit Elite Agent, and then about 7 transactions or so to hit to fully cap at the company. Now, in addition to that, we do have a partnership with Lofty, formerly known as Chime, which I believe you guys have as well. And that, in my opinion, is one of the best CRMs and websites for real estate agents in the industry. Incredibly powerful what you can do with that. And so we made that optional. And it's usually $500 a month. If you're with Real, you can get it for $40 a month. It's the full Lofty program. I like that they made it optional just because you may be coming to this company and you already have a CRM you've been using for years, or a website that you've been using for years. So you don't have to get it if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can get a huge discount on that. And I want to share something real quick, kind of talking about the costs and fees here. So it looks like if you're selling 10 transactions a year at Epique, it'd be about $21,000 a year to do that. At Real Broker, it'd only be $14,000 a year to sell 10 deals a year at Real. And so that is a difference of $6,800 a year, more affordable at Real to sell 10 homes. And so Epique does provide, a lot of extra services, photos, car wash, TC, that kind of stuff. And so that's kind of the big difference between the two models is that one, it seems like it's just kind of all this stuff's included for a higher cost, or you can kind of save a little bit of money and you can shop around and, hire your own services for those individual things if you choose to. But yeah, I think that does it for the costs and fees. Anything else you want to add to that before we move on?
I do just want to be clear, there is a $99 startup for Epique. I did not get to that in the beginning. So just to make sure everything is in there is a $99 startup.
Okay, great.
Now, I also forgot to talk about the different types of teams that we have at Real Broker. And so we have 3 types of teams. We have a domestic team where, let's say, a husband and wife or a mother and daughter, family members can operate as one agent, and they just have one split and one cap of $12,000 a year. All the other fees stay exactly the same for domestic teams. So the $750 annual fee, the $285 transaction fee after you cap, and the $30 E&O insurance fee. And we also have a standard team. And with a standard team, your team members get a half cap of $6,000 instead of the $12,000 cap. To be eligible for a standard team, the team leader has to do a minimum of $5 million in volume in the previous 12 months. And then there's a minimum of at least 10% of the team members' commission goes towards the team leader. And then we have a marketing group, and the marketing group is everybody pays a full cap and all the fees as a solo agent, but you can market together as a team and go across state lines, and you can have any kind of team agreement that you want. Real Broker does not hold on to that team agreement, so that'd be outside of Real Broker. And then we do have a structure for a team for kind of very large teams or independent brokerages that come over. And that's really offered kind of on an as-is basis. That's something that leadership offers larger brokerages and teams, and they kind of go over the details of that with them.
Let's talk about like training. What can you tell me about the training that you get at Epique?
Yeah, so I mean, that is one of the coolest things I think as well. You are supported by your state broker, as you are with every brokerage, and you should be. However, what they're doing different with the cloud-based model is having an area leader. So that is someone in your MLS, in your geographical area, that is a top producing agent that is there as, a mentor for the life of you being with Epique, right? So there's no split included in that. There's no additional fees. It's truly just having a mentor and a coach and someone to go to, on top of your sponsor or your broker. So having that local support where they're providing local trainings and events.
Yeah, that's great. And so you guys, all the trainings virtual, I'm guessing. And do you know how many classes or anything like that you guys have in your Epique Academy, I guess?
Yeah. So there is a lot moving here, right? So we just hit 1,000 agents. We are still very fresh in all the things that we're providing. But one of our most exciting rollouts is hitting us March 1st. We are going to actually have the Earth to Orbit platform for every agent, which is taking you from just passing your exam and not even knowing how to unlock a Supra to, helping you grow your business and grow in that confidence to be able to be a top producer in your area. So that is an onboarding platform like I've never seen before. I'm so excited to get to share more about that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting. All right, I can talk about Real Brokers education. I think we have some of the best training in the entire industry. And, Real Broker, I think, gives away more free stock to their agents than any other company out there. And we talk about that in the next section, but that has a huge impact on the training and the culture and the community that we have here at Real, because we're all owners in this company. So I own a lot of Real Broker stock, and I pour back into this community to provide as much training as I can, and everybody else does as well. So I love this model of the agents owning the company. It has a huge impact on the training. And so, we have an elite agent program. In order to get the full $24,000 worth of stock, you have to provide some training. You have to be involved in the Real community. So we have all of our top elite agents providing training to everybody in the company. And so we have over 200 online classes that anybody who joins, they get instant access to all the 200 online classes, constantly adding to that. And we have anywhere between 25 and 30 live streams every single week. And so all this training is housed here in our Real Academy. So this is kind of where the classes are. And again, anybody who joins up, as soon as they join up, they have full access to all of this. So we also have Sharon Shavatza, and Sharon is like a legit business mogul. He goes around the country, he gets paid. He used to go around the country getting paid big dollars to teach training real estate agents. and give presentations. Now he's the president of Real Broker. I think he came on maybe about 2 years ago. He does a lot of exclusive training just for real agents as well. And one thing that I love is that we have a lot of masterminds in here. And the masterminds are, somebody's hosting it and it's 30, 40, 50 agents hop on a Zoom call, kind of mastermind about different topics. And so we have several reoccurring masterminds. I personally do one every single month all about YouTube, where we hop on a call and we just kind of mastermind with agents at the company about YouTube. And we probably have 3 dozen, maybe 4 dozen reoccurring masterminds. There's some that go on every single Monday, every single Tuesday. And what I love is all this training is housed in the Real Academy, which is just in your browser, which means you can access all of that on your phone as well. So I'm often driving in my car and I'll pull up a training class or pull up a live stream and listen to that while I'm driving around. So I think our training is top notch. I'm really happy with the training that we have. And of course, we have training and video tutorials on all the technology that we have in the company as well. And then we also have two annual events. First is the Rise Conference, 3-day training event. This year's is going to be in Las Vegas. And then this year we're launching our first ever second annual convention called the Real Summit, which I'm pretty excited for. That's going to be in May. But yeah, I think our training is pretty rock solid. I really love it. All right. Anything else on that topic?
Yeah, so we do have lots of virtual trainings through Zoom. Primarily is how everyone is sharing their trainings, and then those are getting archived and for replay. So they're getting archived for replay, and we also offer free CE through CE Shop. So if you are, oh my gosh, I forgot to do my CE to renew my license, you have that available to you to knock it out if you missed the class through your local MLS. We also are the only brokerage that I know of still at this time. So Josh Miller, our CEO, designed the AI Pro NAR designation. And so that is provided for you for free. And it's somewhere around $1,000 if you were to pay for it yourself. So definitely building that archive of those live recorded, and we have the Sell It Like Sirhan course available to agents as soon as they come on, as well as it's called Agent 360 Hub. So that's actually a business class to learn how to run your business like a business and not just from one transaction to the next.
Yeah, I love that. That's good. I love Ryan Serhant. So yeah, he spoke at the Real Rise event 2 years ago. He gave a great presentation. All right, so let's dive into the stock. So both companies give free stock to their agents. They want to be owned by the agents. Tell me a little bit about the stock program that Epique offers to their agents.
Yeah, so you can earn stock a number of ways. And just to note, we are still private pre-IPO. So you are getting that stock for like pennies on the dollar of what it can become when we go live. And that, is already in the works. They're being, counseled and exactly how to do it the right way. So you can earn stocks, of course, when you come on, when you sponsor another agent, hitting your anniversary date, closing your first sale, capping. And then we have what's called Power Agent, which I assume is similar to Elite, where once you've closed 24 buy and sell or 10 million in production, whichever's first, you actually get a stock award and you get your rev share on level 1 doubled, which we'll talk about rev share later. As an agent who's closing a lot, I love that I can use part of my production. I can apply 10% of it at a 20% discount and buy shares in my company that when we do go live, the possibilities are endless. So I'm really excited that they're giving us that opportunity to buy into the stock.
Yeah, I love that. Is there any word on when they'll go public or what the requirements are before they can go public?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to be in all states. We want to be, bigger than where we are now, of course, because we're wanting it to be a big hit when we do. And I'm told that could be anywhere 2 to 3 years from now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Real Broker is publicly traded. We are listed on the NASDAQ. And so our ticker symbol is REAX. And currently Real is trading at about $3 a share on the NASDAQ. And so I think we're, out of the cloud brokerages, there's only two that are publicly traded right now, Real and EXP. And so at Real Broker, there are 4 ways of earning completely free stock in the company. The first one is that you can buy it directly out of your commission. So you can opt into this plan. You can put 5% of your commission before you cap towards buying stock in the company. Real will give you 10% bonus stock on top of that. The second is that after you cap, you can put 10% of your commission towards buying stock. Real will give you a 20% bonus on top of that stock as well. And so what I love about this is that even if you only close 2, 3, 4, 5 deals a year, you can still opt into this and get free stock from the company. Now, the stock does have a 3-year vesting period. So you have to hold on to it for 3 years for it to vest before you can actually sell the free stock that you get. The second way is simply by capping. If you cap at Real, you pay the full $12,000 a year cap. They give you free stock in the company. So right now it's 150 shares of free stock into the company when you cap. Like I said, most agents is about 6, 7 transactions to cap. The third is through their agent attraction program. So when you attract an agent to the company, when they close their first deal in the company, you get 75 shares of stock in the company completely free. And then the fourth way is to our elite agent program. In order to hit this, you need a first cap at the company. So let's say that's about 7 transactions. And then you need to pay $6,000 in post-cap transaction fees. So our transaction fee is $285 per transaction. So for $6,000, that works out to 21 transactions after you cap. So it's about 28 transactions for you to hit elite agent. And when you do that, you instantly get $16,000 in free stock in the company with a 3-year vesting period. Now, the second way to hit that is if you earn over $500,000 in commission with at least 10 transactions. So if you're a luxury agent, that's how you can hit this. And this gives you the performance award. This makes you eligible for the cultural award as well. So it says here to qualify for the cultural award, teach monthly classes, topics at the Real Academy, give back to Real agent community, or give back to your local community. And if you do that, you'll get an additional $8,000 in free stock in the company. So total, that's $24,000 in free stock in the company. And I'm pretty sure that's the highest stock award for, the elite agent status or whatever the different companies call it out of all the cloud brokerages out there. And I love it. I think that the free stock has just a huge impact, like I was saying before, on the culture, the community, and the training at the company. All right. Anything else about the stocks before we move on?
I think we're good.
All right. Does your stock have a vesting period as well?
So yes, it does. All the free stock would have the same 36 months. I'm pretty sure that's just standard across the, industry, But anything you pay in is available. But, I don't know why anyone would access it right now. We are at this moment in time at 53 cents a share. When I came on in October, we were at 29. So even when you're private, your stocks go up. But I am in it for the long haul for that big hit. I participated when I was at EXP, but was having to buy at market rate, and now that we're pre-IPO, I'm like, let's go. We know what that did for a lot of people there.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, the writing's on the wall. Cloud brokerages are just the future of the real estate industry.
They really are.
I think 5 years from now, the biggest brokerages in this industry are all going to be cloud-based. Yeah. So I think, any of these horses are going to win.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of recap. So you said, what is your equivalent to elite agent? What did you guys call that?
Yeah, so it is called Power Agent, and that is 24 buy or sell closed or 10 million in production. So what I really like about that is you don't have to cap and then your count starts. If you're in an industry, if you're in an area like an hour north of me where everything's about 150 to 250, it could take you a very long time to cap. And then you've got to close even more to get your, quantity after that. And so I really like that it's an either or of whatever fits in your area the best.
Right. Okay. And you said, so do you earn a bunch of free stock, or you said it just doubles your tier 1 revenue share? Is that what it was?
You do earn a stock award, yes, and you also get that level 1 doubled on your revenue share.
Mm-hmm. How much was that stock award again?
It is up to $15,000 in stock award.
Okay, up to 15,000 stock awards. How is that determined? The up to portion of that?
Because it really has to do with what the stock is at when it vests. So it is not based on the current price.
Okay. So is there a dollar amount? Like when it vests, they'll give you 10,000 or 15,000?
Right.
Is it 15?
So like if it vested and we are at $20 a share in 3 years from now, you're still only going to get up to that 15,000.
Okay. So
right.
So the award is 15,000 in stock 3 years from now, and your tier 1 get doubled for revenue share for 12 months, is it?
What's that?
How long?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Your tier 1 rev share gets doubled. Okay.
Right.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's talk about rev share. I think that's definitely, you guys have an interesting take on it. Let's dive into your rev share model.
Yeah. So that was another one of my big whys with Epique. I love the simplicity of our rev share model. It's 5 levels deep, and it is a flat 10% on whoever you bring into the company, right? So whatever agent you sponsor in, you are getting 10% of what Epique receives. And that is on all 5 levels. There are no FLQAs, no cultural requirements, all those kind of things to unlock levels. It's truly just based on who you bring in and who they bring in.
Okay. And so if it's 10% of what they receive, and so like you bring in an agent on year 1, you can make $1,500 off of his $15,000 year cap. Is that right?
Yes.
And then so the next year you can make $1,400 off of them, and then $1,300, then $1,200, then $1,100, and then only $1,000 after he's been at the company for 5 years.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, and that's an interesting take. I think that obviously a lot, EXP was they kind of pioneered this model, and there's a lot of, I think room for improvement on that. So it's interesting seeing people trying to have different models and different takes on that to try to resolve that, kind of solve that issue of their own revenue share. And so Real Broker, we want to make it better for all the agents in the company as well. And so what your solution to that was, just maybe you pay a little bit less, but you don't have to unlock your different tiers. And so our solution to that kind of same challenge is that we decided just to pay the most on tier 1. And so at Real Broker, any agent that you bring into the company, when they pay their $12,000 cap, you'll receive up to $4,000 a year from a capping agent. And so how that works is that you'll get 5% of every commission that they close until they cap. With $12,000 year cap, that's a $4,000 a year that you'll make off each agent that you bring in. And then ours is pretty simple. The next tier is 4% of every commission. So they cap $3,200 a year, 3% of every commission till they cap. That's $2,400 a year, 2%, $1,600 a year, then 1% until they cap $800 a year, going down 5 levels. And now ours, you do have to unlock your different tier benefits. So your tier 1's automatically unlocked. Anybody that you bring in, you'll make $4,000, up to $4,000 a year off of them. To unlock your tier 2 benefits, we made this really easy. You only need 5 producing agents in your tier 1. And at Real, to qualify as a producing agent, you just need to earn a $3,000 commission every 6 months. And that can be in the form of doing rentals or an outbound referral, or if you're a team leader and you're getting, 25, 50% of your team members commissions, and that counts as hitting producing agent status. So as long as you have 5 producing agents in tier 1, that'll unlock your tier 2 benefits. 15 producing agents to unlock your tier 3 benefits, 20 producing agents to unlock your tier 4 benefits, 25 producing agents to unlock all 5 tiers of revenue share at the company. Now, at Real, we do have a couple of, a couple other unique things about our revenue share model. One is that for you yourself to receive revenue share, you also have to be a producing agent. We want to be a company of producing agents. We don't want full-time multi-level marketing experts who've never sold a deal in their home, getting their real estate license and joining our company. So you have to close at least a $3,000 commission every 6 months for you to receive revenue share. However, they did come out with a retirement plan, a rev share retirement plan. So if you are a producing agent for at least 3 years, you can step out of production, you receive 60% of your rev share indefinitely. If you're a producing agent for 4 years, you can step out of production, receive 80% of your rev share. Producing agent for 5 years, you can step out of production and receive 100% of your rev share, kind of indefinitely. Now, we also have a willable rev share plan. So I've been with the company for 3 years. If I pass away suddenly, my son would continue to get the revenue share that I've helped grow for the last 3 years. And that means a lot to me personally. My son has a lot of disabilities and I worry about him a lot. So, just knowing he still has some residual, income coming in gives me a lot of peace of mind. And so their willable plan, you have to be if you're a producing agent for 1 year, you can will 20% of your rev share. Producing agent for 2 years, you can will 40% of your rev share. 3 years, 60%, 4 years, 80%. Producing agent here for 5 years, and then you can will 100% of your rev share to anybody you want. It can be a kid, a dependent. They don't have to be a real estate agent like some other companies. Then another really unique benefit here at Real is that you can actually list 2 agents as your sponsor into the company. So we call this co-sponsorship. And what I love about this is that, a lot of times people are talking to more than one agent at a company. They're kind of learning about it, trying to feel it out. And agents will often get like analysis paralysis and they don't join a company because they don't know who to put down as their, sponsor into the company. So at Real, you can put 2 people down as your sponsor. The rev share gets split between them. And a couple of things I love about this. One is that it's just further interconnecting our community at Real. It's not an emphasis on, hey, what downline are you in, what upline you're in. We're all interconnected. And 2, it's going to spread the wealth out more. More agents are going to receive some rev share because we have co-sponsorship. And I think it's significant because like I was saying before, I think that the rev share and the stock has a huge impact on the culture, training, and community at this company. So I'm pretty happy with our rev share model. Anything else to add on to that before we move on?
Yeah, similarly, that was kind of their motivation for having no FLQAs was, if my friend wants to come on and I've already brought on another friend or someone geographically makes sense, I'm able to just automatically stack them under them. And now they've got 2 layers of support that are in there to help them and help them grow their business. And it doesn't matter if they're on my level 1 or 5, I'm going to get paid the same. So very similar in that wanting to build collaboration and not have a pick me mentality.
Right. Yeah, no, that's very interesting. All right, let's dive into technology. Can you kind of give me a rundown of all the tech that Epique offers to their agents?
Yes, we have, obviously being a cloud-based brokerage, you've got to be the leader in tech. So we have what I am so excited about is our Epique Cloud, which is app-based and web-based. So they both look the exact same. You can run probably 100 to 90% of your business off your cell phone if you wanted to. You can start your transaction, order your sign, order your photos, all the things. And then we do use a social platform and they're similar to Workplace. The biggest difference is Epique Cloud was built and is maintained by our CEO. So Josh Miller is an amazing tech guy and he was able to build this out. So it's part of how we're as sustainable as we are offering all these benefits is we don't have a massive tech overhead, running our company and having to pay a third party for that.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to Epique Cloud, we have Lofty, we have the Enterprise Plus AI version, which is that beefed up version where you've got your IDX website, can start all the smart plans, do all the things that you need your CRM to do, and have that AI component in the background, keeping up with your clients and anyone who is maybe, putting it off for a year. You're able to set up those smart plans, AKA drip campaigns, and keep in contact with them, right? We also utilize Dotloop for our transaction management between you and your TC. We use Canva Pro. So there's a collaborative Canva Pro account where everyone can actually get in and share ideas, share templates, and really mastermind on your marketing. We also utilize Social Bay, which is a social media management. Popple, which is the digital business card. Everyone gets one of those. And I think that's finally it. So yeah, I mean, a lot of technology is here included and ready for you to utilize.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, great. So I mean, Real Broker is also, a technology-based company, and I think our technology really shines. We won Inman Innovator of the Year last year for our technology. We won a Fast Company Design Award for our technology. And in beginning of 2021, Real Broker bought a technology company. And with that, we got the owner of that as our chief technology officer, Pritesh Damani. And he's really in charge of designing all of our technology, building it all from scratch. And what I love about him is I did an interview with him, and he's saying that his design philosophy is that you want software to be so simple and intuitive to use that you don't need a tutorial on how to use it. Just like when you use Gmail, you don't need a tutorial on how to use Gmail. So that's kind of his design philosophy around our tech. And so at the core, we have Rezen, and that's our online dashboard. See all the stats about your business, your stock, your rev share. And in there, we used to use SkySlope, but we've built our own version of SkySlope. It looks very similar to it. So if you know how to use that, it's very similar. But like we built our own version with it and made a couple improvements on it as well. We have our own e-signature platform called Real Signature, where you can add signatures to documents, send it off to your clients to have them sign it all as well. And, we also have an amazing agent app, and that's also everything in the Rezen platform on your desktop you can do in the agent app. Run your entire business off of that, manage all your transactions, send documents out to get signed. I love the Rezen app. In Rezen, we also have a title company, and you can manage, all your transactions with the title company in there. We have a mortgage company, you manage everything with your clients in there as well. We have a wealth plan in there. We have a marketing center built into Rezen as well, where you can get postcards, mailers, flyers. You can design it all and then print that stuff off or have it printed off professionally for you and sent to you. So that's kind of the heart of our tech is Rezen. And what's cool, since we own that technology, we designed it as well. We've built our own AI assistant, where using the ChatGPT style technology, where we're feeding it information about your business, and you can ask it, hey, what is my average commission? When is my next closing? How many transactions did I close last year? You can ask it questions like that, and it'll look at your data about your business and then give you that information. So that's kind of the core of our tech. Now, we're also launching a consumer app right now, and I'm super excited about it. Right now, it's really just for the mortgage side of the business. But the vision behind this consumer app is that when a client gets under contract, that's when they start using the app, and it's a complete roadmap of the entire home buying process, with different updates about where they're at, different educational and informational notes for your clients in that process. And if they're using the Real Title, the rep, the Real Lender, and a Real Agent, they get updates from all three of those providers on the exact same platform. This year, we're launching what's called the Real Wallet, which I'm super excited about. So Real Broker is launching a credit card and a debit card. And by using the debit card and credit card, you earn points, and those points will pay down your cap and fees that you pay to the company, make it even more affordable. And with that, they're launching a Real Wallet for you to manage those points, manage your debit card, credit card, and essentially going to be like a bank account that you can keep money in there. You can earn interest. So that's coming out later on this year. I'm super excited about that. And We also have, let's see, Workplace. Workplace is how we tap into the Real Broker community of 15,000 agents created by Facebook. So it looks like Facebook, but it's only people in your organization. We have Chime as well, and Chime, Lofty, now called Lofty. I think we got the same version as you. So we have the full version of Lofty that's typically $500 a month. And you have all the tools in there to manage, to, from geo farming to mailing postcards, doing Facebook and Google pay-per-click ads, to the AI assistant that will text your leads for you. We probably have the exact same version of that. And then we have the Real Academy. And the Real Academy is where we house over 200 online classes. We host about 30 live streams every single week. So as far as tech goes, I love our tech design, and we're constantly innovating and pushing out new tech. So the consumer app is really what we're kind of pushing out right now. Later on this year, we have the Real Wallet, which I'm pretty excited about. All right. Anything else to add to that section?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we got it all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's kind of start wrapping it up here. What would you say is your favorite thing about being an agent at Epique Realty?
I would say my favorite thing about being an agent at Epique Realty has been the excitement of the agents that are coming on. This is a insane benefit package like none other that is really helping people in their business and giving them that freedom to go out there and get more leads and not feel like, all right, now I've got to schedule the photographer, I've got to do this. I mean, we're doing things in just the click of a button to get our listings up and going. And everyone, it has a real startup vibe to it that has just been really fun to be a part of. And it's rejuvenated a lot of people's business, that they're excited to go to networking events or to go to a client's, house and share all these things that they're going to do. We have a crazy benefit we have is the billboards, right? So being an agent at Epique, I've had a few friends, in my area, they're like, did I just see you on a billboard? And I'm like, yeah, you did. It's so cool. And we're about to have listing billboards. We're pretty sure we're going to be the first and only brokerage to put listings on a billboard. So that's going to be really cool. And it's just the innovation. Like, there is no holding back from what we're going to be able to do and what they're going to add next. It's really exciting.
Yeah, sounds pretty exciting. I love that. Yeah, so for me, I mean, I think my favorite thing about this company is going to have to be the culture of the company. I think that just having so much ownership, all the agents having ownership in the company has such an impact on the culture. And the culture is, very focused on technology, on social media, on video. It's very collaborative. We just have a really strong sense of community here. And I think that, the culture at leadership as well is really important. Like I said, I love work hard, be kind. I love that I'm working for a company that's their core value is talking about being kind. And I think that's reflected in a lot of their policies as well. When it comes to agent attraction, we have limitations. You can't cold call people. You can't send spam. You can't do a lot of these things because they want to keep, this culture alive in the company. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a culture of innovation as well, which I love. I love the agent app that we have. I've never seen anything like that before. I love that we're coming out with a consumer app, and it's a completely new idea. We're not just copying Zillow. It's a completely new idea and vision for the consumer. I love the credit card and debit card that we're rolling out. And I love that we're designing our own software, and technology is actually good. So the culture here of the company is just very, collaborative. It's very friendly and kind, and it's very, just cutting edge and just trying new things and experimenting. And yeah, I think the culture of the company is probably what I really love the most about being an agent here at Real. All right, Jamie, if anybody wanted to reach out to you, learn more about Epique Realty, what's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, the best way to reach me is honestly my cell phone. You can text me, call me, 512-785-2832. I am in the Austin, Texas area. You can also reach me via email, Jamie Winkley @epiquerealty.com.
All right, great. And if anybody here wants to learn more about Real Broker, I'd love to hop on a video call with you. I have a link down in the description below to where you can schedule a one-on-one personal video call. We talk more about your business, talk about Real, or you can go to next-genagents.com. That's my website. Jamie, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. This was great.